Hey guys, my name is Marisa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm bringing to you my first festival look inspired by mermaids, and in my world, mermaids have freckles. So let's get going. I'm using the Egyptian Magic Balm just to prep my lips and hydrate them before I put on lipstick last. It tastes disgusting, but it works. And then I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Eye Primer just to prime the eyes before I go in, because I'm starting with eyes first today. I felt like I didn't really need to afterwards, but literally I was just playing today. So I've laid down a transition shade from the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. Not all eyes need a transition shade, but I just feel for mine that I like that. Then I went in with the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette. What can I say about this? One of the most disappointing palettes ever. Do I regret buying it? No, because I don't really have shades like this. But why it's one of the most disappointing palettes ever is because the color is really difficult to build up. They look so impressive and bright in the pan, and I have no doubt that they'll look impressive and bright if you pack them on with a flat brush. But with the way I like to do makeup, which is blending all the time, as you can see here, really lackluster, powdery, patchy performance. Not the best. But anyways, on to bigger and better performing things. This is the Sunset Cove shade from the new Mermaid collection for the summer of the Stila Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadows. These are liquid glitters that apply like butter. They set down beautifully. This one's a pinky purple shade, but put over that blue, it reflects literally holographic, which I'm so into, which is so on trend right now. I'm making sure I blend it, but only keep the actual concentration of color on the mobile lid. Then I'm going to go in with the second shade in the Mermaid collection, which is Into the Blue, which is a navy blue with more of like a dark purple shift. And I'm going to use that to intensify the lash line with a tiny bit of a flick. Leaving the eyes alone for a second to go in with the skin, with this girthy thing. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. It's my new favorite full coverage foundation because it is a concealer. It's a concealer that can be sheared out as a foundation, which is why it's so pigmented and full coverage. It's actually pretty thick, so you need the smallest amount to work with. So I took a lighter shade called Linen and then a darker shade called Nutty for my contour. And then I'm also going to be blending out with a brush this time. Not a beauty blender. Shock, I know, but this is the number 66 brush, which is a really densely packed flat brush that's teardrop shaped, so it actually works really well in the nooks and crannies of your face. And what I like about it is that it pats in and blends the color, but it doesn't shear it out at all like a beauty blender would. Then I'm also putting a little bit more underneath the cheekbone just to cut it out before I blend everything together and all over my face with a number 90 brush, which actually works so well with cream products. I've also used this with cream bronzers and it works amazingly. Now for a super wet look, like you literally just got out of the water. I highly recommend this one for pro makeup artists who do editorial looks all the time. This is the Sephora Pro Dimensional Highlighting Palette in Warm. It gives like this glossy finish to the skin that literally looks like you just came out of the water. Putting that on the cheekbones, down the nose, on the bow of the lip, and any other high points of the face, and that makes it literally look like your face is wet. So yeah, about this foundation, the best thing about it is that it's a concealer. So I put a little bit more under the eyes. I felt like I needed a little bit more coverage down there. So then I just took the teardrop shape of the brush, patted it in, and then there was my concealer. So I was playing, as you guys know. I said already at the beginning of the video. As you can see here, Sunset Cove, I'm putting it down before the Pastel Goth palette because I was actually kind of sick of the Pastel Goth palette at that moment. I was really disappointed in it. But Sunset Cove, without any color underneath it, that's what it looks like. It's like a pinky purple. To be honest, I could have just used Into the Blue and lined the lower lash line. The layering on the lower lash line didn't really give much more dimension. And then because I'm extra and I wanted a little bit more shape to my potato face, I'm taking the Smashbox step-by-step contour stick and just adding a little bit more contour. You can really see here how well it blends using that number 66 brush. You can just pat it in, it keeps the concentration of color, but it just blends it out a little bit. Then I'm going in with the gray shade from the Pastel Goth palette because I felt like the eye needed a little bit more dimension. You guys know that I like transition shades anyway, so I thought that this gray would just add a little bit more of a dimensional pop. Putting it just below where I put in the glitter on the lower lash line, and then I'm doing just this half moon shape, rainbow back and forth motion in the crease. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Sunset Cove, just patting that in the center of the lid, adding a little bit more of like a highlight, more of like a halo pop, and it's just going to do the slightest, most subtle holographic pop to the eye. I'm going in with a little bit of mascara. This one's great for length and separation and zero clumps. It's the Essence Forbidden Volume Mascara. But with any really bold eye look, I just don't think the mascara cuts it. Any mascara cuts it. So I'm going in with my friend's Feline lashes. She gave me a promo code, which is amazing because now I feel like a real YouTuber. So use the code Marisa10. But on the real, actually try them out because they're silk lashes, so they're super wispy and they're multidimensional. There's everything from like the thickest lash, which are these ones called the Persian lash, to like really wispy, beautiful, thin lashes. Now I'm going in with my brows, and this has not changed since my Charlotte Tilbury updated brow routine. So I'm just gonna gloss through this. If you guys are interested in how I do my brows, click the link in the cards to the top right corner of the video, and that'll take you there way more in depth than what I'm doing here. Then just to powder the areas that we never want to look shiny. So under the eyes, the sides of the nose, and just the top of the forehead, just the center. Because these are the areas that I honestly never ever want to see looking shiny. It just doesn't look good. Now, because this is a festival look, we gotta set down that glow. So I wanted something that's still uber reflective and really gives that like high impact glow up, you know? Couldn't look any further than the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder in Precious Petals. I'm still obsessed with this. Then adding a little bit more contour, because yeah, I'm super extra about my contour. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow that I used as a transition shade at the beginning, just adding a little bit in the cheekbones. Then Makeup Forever came out with these liquid lipsticks, you guys. Obviously, with Makeup Forever, formula always comes first, and this just like glides on so beautifully. The applicator, for some reason, is so easy to use. This is the shade 103, which is kind of like, on me, like a darker brown. So I wish they would come out with a little bit lighter shades. You guys know how I love a light nude. Going in with the shade Sea Siren, which is a little bit more of like a blue and pink reflect from the Stila Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadows. And I'm just gonna use a tiny little pencil brush just to add little dots all over my face, and these are the Freckles. Then I wanted a little bit more dimension, so I went in with Bronze Belle, which is one of the original shades of the liquid eyeshadows, and I'm just going to put little sporadic dots all over my face. Sporadic little random dots are really important because freckles don't have a pattern on your face. So to get the most natural looking glitter freckles, make sure that they look random. Last but not least, going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. It has caffeine in it, so it just like energizes the skin while it sets down your makeup. And that's it, you guys. That's the finished look. Let me know in the comments down below what festivals you're going to this summer so I can live vicariously through you. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me out so much. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.